All right, there we go. Hello, Internet, and welcome to another Cosbox stream. We are starting up for Scarworld Stream Day. We're just waiting for FCD. He's wrapping up his stream now. I've got him in the voice chat here, so he should be popping over. I'm just kind of waiting for him to unmute. We'll get. Oh, there we go. Oh no, this is. Oh, he's been renamed again. Looks like we got the whole crowd in here. Just gotta wait for the voice to kick in here. Oh, he's probably filling on the book now. Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll chill out, wait for him. Was someone finally killing off that pig man that was around the corner there? You just have everyone all crowded around. You know, I should pull the big brain move and just warp to my base and not show anyone where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. How's it going?
Going all right. How are you doing?
Oh, hanging in there.
I had a shortcut key to turn off Discord,
Oh.
and I actually hit it midstream, apparently. That happens.
Gotcha. Which, hey, not a problem. That is just how things go. So,
I feel bad. You've probably been talking to me this whole time, and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah.
no, I've actually just been kind of just sat here waiting and just looking at all the shenanigans going on around you.
Oh, it's just insane. It's kind of nonstop.
Right? That's what I was just saying.
It's been fun, though. It's been fun.
I was just saying I should pull the brig brain move and just warp to my base and not tell anyone where it is.
Just like, and I'm gone.
It would be entertaining, but there's a couple of people that know where I am, so they track me down.
They're gonna find you anyway, right?
Right, exactly.
So you all set? You ready to go?
Yeah, should be good to go here.
You're up and rolling. You're up and
I
streaming.
got it. Yeah, my stream is up. It should be there. Yeah, I got 2 viewers so far. So yeah, we'll just.
It's just your name, right? Or is there letters and numbers and stuff?
No, just Cosbot Gaming.
Gaming. All one word or underscore?
All one word.
All right, cool. /raid Casback Gaming. Yep, thank you, Jim. I already had it, but that works. And boom. Are you guys ready to raid? Let's do this. Here we go. Raiding Casback. Bam. Well, it's been so much fun. Thank you guys for coming out. I have been missing streaming so much. Once October is done, I'll have a little more free time. I'll probably be streaming a lot more in November. I will catch you guys later. Until then, enjoy the rest of the stream day. And yeah, just have fun. Catch you guys later. Bye.
All right, we should have the raid incoming here in just a few minutes. Yep, there we go. I see him popping in. Hello, Raiders. Alrighty, so welcome to a Cosbox stream. Don't know if anybody's actually been in my channel here before. So, yeah, I don't think I've had this many people hit all at once. I think the biggest stream I had before was like 10 people. Welcome. Come on in. Grab yourselves a chair. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how I want to get to my base from here. Usually I just warp. I gotta remember how to actually fly there. Let's go on, because, well, I suppose I can go through the nether. It's like, oh jeez, FCD's name still isn't changed. He's still listed as Tifa. Okay. Alright, let's go. If I remember correctly, it's out this direction if I fly. I got full rockets. So I got a shulker full of rockets with me. So I should be good there. I'm trying to do the 40-40 trick. Stretch out the rocket consumption a little. So we can kind of scroll past some of the other builds going on here. Wow, I have not been out this way. That is a crazy looking tree that's warping in. Several of them, wow. Okay, if the server can catch up. Like I said, I haven't flown to my base pretty much since I found the location for it. You know, if I had been thinking about this, I probably would have done a big brain move and set myself up a lodestone compass. But we'll see if I can track it down. If not, then I'll have gotten myself good and lost, and then I can just warp there, and everybody else can figure it out from there. But yeah, I am way the heck out. I can't even use my old... When I found the base, the northern border was like right there. Right through the edge of it. So I could just fly down the north border and then just follow it until I found my base. I can't do that now because the border's expanded. Oh, let's see here. If I remember correctly, it's past this forest. Try to do something, a little more visually stimulating as we fly here. Worst case scenario, yeah, like you said, I can just warp and post the chords if people actually care about it. I can tell you, getting there through the nether, I'm way the heck up the north tunnel, and then a big dog leg east. That will swing you through there. If you look for the Union Jacks, that is the markings for my base. Of course, saying that, I'm probably going to have a bunch of people that will get there before me if they actually manage. Oh, let's see here. So I think once we get past the Warm Ocean, there's the swamp over here, and then I'm just over this way. If I am remembering this correctly, it has been several months since I actually did this. Since I went about it this route. Okay, whoa, no, we're in a mesa here. Okay, yeah, I don't know where I am at this particular point. All right, we're just gonna warp. Oh. Home warp. There we go. Oh, watching the mod stream, you get to see other people there. Alrighty, so this is the little AFK hut I have set up for my big iron farm. There we go. Alright, so if we care about cords, there's the cords. You'll see my iron farm get popped up in there. So yeah, that one got finished. Yeah, see how I saw somebody fly it in. There's people already here. So let me do a quick tour of the base, because I'm sure a lot of you haven't seen this already. There's the big iron farm. That just it was finished a little bit ago. I've got a little farming room there. This one is... These are the main crux of the base so far. This base is coming from the game line that I actually developed in my side job. It's a role-playing game called 1879, and it's all based off of... it's sort of an alternate history. It's a steampunk/fantasy sort of thing. And I will be talking about that quite a bit throughout the stream, so I'm going to try not to delve too deeply into it as we get going here. But essentially, within the game line, there is a weird science experiment that goes awry in the middle of Greenwich Park in London in the late Victorian era, opens up a portal to another world. So my base is coming off of the building up the fort that was established by the British government in the portal in the other world. So as this tunnel comes through, they have... It's run with iron going through to kind of protect against all the warping and everything that goes along inside of it. So just built as big of a nether tunnel as possible. It actually would be larger than this, but I have to build to Minecraft scale. And then they run rail lines through it so they can just push trains back and forth to move people and hardware and that sort of thing. The big station building here is based off of London Victoria Station. If you've ever visited there, you probably will recognize some of the stylings. And then right next to it is the Grosvenor Hotel, which is actually right next to there again in London. You would see that. You could go see that now. That building does exist. Got my rail cars coming through here. Normally the trains would be much larger as far as the actual game is concerned, but this is just, again, built to Minecraft scale. My engine here is based off of an LYNR Class 25060 engine. And yeah, I'm going to be throwing a lot of historical stuff out there with the references. That's just kind of how the base is situated. Most of these eventually were converted into tank engines, but for right now, because of the time frame that the base is around, it's really, at this point, the game line is advanced a little bit, so it's really around about 1880, 1881, and at that stage, these still would have had tenders to them. We've got just the small dock on the other side here, so everything, the way the base is situated, everything on the right side of the base is more the civilian areas, and then everything on the left is more hardware, production, and military. So I'm working on building up all those things. I have the huge rail line that stretches out way the heck over here. And if you're on Scarworld, you'll have seen me making the chat when I'm going through. I keep talking about my how many anvils I've spent. I'm about 5,500 anvils crafted so far. And that's why I needed the big iron farm, is because I've been making this rail yard. I actually, just as of this morning, I finished getting in the last of the anvils for what I have mapped currently. I have more than I'm going to be doing, so I still need more iron. It's going to keep going. But anvils just make the best rails. I mean, you can see how this lays out here. This is just the best block to be able to do working with rails in that scale. But this is going to be our main project today, and this is going to be the engine repair shed. So I've got it set up with 3 rails. They wouldn't be doing a full production facility here because the way this is situated, going through that portal in the game world, the other side of that portal is London. So they have all the main production facilities and everything there. Would just be for running repairs between the engines and the carriages and that sort of thing. All the rolling stock. Basically, just anything where they needed to get it in working order. They wouldn't do a full overhaul here. This is just the general maintenance where it's not worth sending it through the portal. And there's going to be additional engines and rolling stock and that sort of thing set up on here. So we'll see all that come up eventually. I don't have a particular building that I'm basing this off of. A lot of the stuff, like I said, with the station, the hotel, even the switch house, I've tried to base them off of actual pictures of Victorian buildings and to make sure I'm building stuff appropriate within the era. This one I don't have a particular building, but it's an engine shed. They're all fairly similar. They're big brick buildings, and they usually have the I believe it's a multi-gable, if I'm remembering the term correctly, for the roofs. So that's what I'll be setting up on here. So not anything too terribly complicated. It's a big brick square. Depending on how far I get, the inside is where it's going to really sort of shine through. Oh, I need to get rid of that slime block that somebody gave me. Let me go dump that off. I will keep my helmet on me just so I have because I'm wearing the jelly head. Do I have slime somewhere? These are my random chests right now. I'm working on building out an item sorter. Pretty much for the most part at this point, it's all just been the blocks I've been clearing, because you can see how big of the area is that I have cleared that out. This is most of what my time has been spent doing, has been digging out this huge hill. This was all dark oak forest, so I chopped all that down. I have the wood saved. But yeah, now eventually this is all going to get built back up with all the with these sort of buildings and that sort of thing, building up all industrial. And I mean, it really is appropriate just as far as how the Victorian era English were. They were very much all about, we will take this land and we will make it useful. If you go back and look in history, you'll have seen how much they actually transformed a lot of the land, just because that's what they were doing. It was the industrial area. Everybody just kept, they were not looking to be in harmony with nature. No, we had iron and industry and building things and all that sort of stuff. So that was where the focus was, is just where we are going to build stuff up, develop technology, and make things all new and useful. And there really was not a lot of people focused on harmony with nature, that sort of thing. But anyway, so really just kind of building out the square here. You've got the main areas where these would come in on the rails. This is where either the trains or the rolling stock would roll through. And rolling stock, by the way, just refers to anything that's not powered. So a coach, cars, whatever you have is the terminology there. If I throw out terminology that you don't know, by all means, give me a shout out in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye on it. I'm not used to streaming with this many people, but I will throw. I will throw the sort of terminology in here. This is what I do in my side job, is write out this for this game line. It's all history, and again, I've just been a fan of railway stuff since I was a kid. I've actually been getting back into a lot of it, just doing some of the research. One for the base, but two for the game line itself, and just going into these sort of things. I mean, I'm sure, like most people who are interested in railways around my age, you started with Thomas. I mean, that's just what happened. But I actually looked at some of the history of that recently. It's really cool to go back and look at that. The Reverend Audrey that wrote all that, he did a really good job at making sure everything was as realistic as possible within those stories, and just with how he wrote it. So it is actually viable to use some of that for some basis for things. And as I said, I'm going to be throwing out a lot of history talk on here. This is kind of what I do with I mean, that's what my base has done. But listen, this is my side job that I am writing on. So there's a lot of interest in that sort of thing with it. So you might actually get some educational things going on with this one. Alrighty, so yeah, we're just bringing up the brick square here. and this will give kind of an idea for how things are going to lay out. I will throw some windows in here eventually. I'm planning on just kind of building up the buildings, and then I will figure out the windows from there. But anyway, so you would have either the trains or rolling stock would come in here. This is going to be the primary area where you can see everybody sort of gathered. And then the areas around it would be the work areas. So this would be where you would have all your iron forging, where you would make the parts and that sort of thing. There was not really production line stuff. That didn't really come up too much. At this particular stage in history, they were just starting with stuff where they were really looking into the assembly lines and standardized parts and that sort of thing. So a lot of the time, when they had to fix these things, they had to do custom parts. It was, okay, I'm taking the part that's broken and I'm going to machine a new one to replace it. And it's just a guy sitting there doing it by hand to make these things. So the production was expensive, and it was really time consuming because you would have to do all handcrafted parts. But I mean that's just it wasn't developed to that point yet. Whereas now you get you run through an assembly line for cars or trains or anything like that, big industrial like that. It's all standardized parts. Like your average homeowner, you have your vehicle owner, I suppose. You have you just go to the store and buy whatever parts you need to fix it, and you can do that. There's a part number. They just have those, and there's a mold, and they just machine it. That didn't happen at this time frame. It was I'd taken this broken piece off of this thing, and then I'm gonna make it. I gotta make a new one. And anybody who does those sort of things that. If you do that sort of thing professionally, you'll have some information on how to custom fabricate. Because eventually, at some point, most people, when you're doing repairs on things, you're going to need to do some custom fabrication. I had to do that on vehicles that I've had before. But that's how things were done with this sort of setup. I do see the snowballs coming at me, by the way. I don't have snowballs. I only have fireballs. Ooh, we got a little bit of lag there. That one just sort of dropped. Let's see here. So I did not mean to knock you off there. I just kind of built up the building. So I did do some preliminary work on this just to sort of get the dimensions worked out. And that sort of thing to just sort of figure things out. I'm going to do granite for the outline of the doorways. I will need to get some doors on there eventually. I haven't decided yet how I want to do those. A lot of the times they would have colored doors, or at least for a lot of the ones I've seen, they have colored doors. They would have either paint or stain or that sort of thing to protect the wood. But just as far as Minecraft blocks are concerned, I'm figuring I'll probably end up doing trapdoors just so I can make them full length. I don't know if I want to go with spruce trapdoors. That would be the main one I would use. Or I would possibly use the warped trapdoors, because a lot of times they'll use that sort of blue look, just that color for the stain and things. And that's really kind of what I was going for with the wood on that one. It was to give it that sort of a stained wood look. So that's why that one's set up that way. I left that hole, didn't I? Alright, let's grab some of these, because I haven't built those up yet. Ooh, wow. I went through a lot of brick just doing that. Thankfully, I have done some prep work for the past couple weeks since we've got that set, so I have quite a bit of supplies. I think I will have enough. Worst case scenario, if I run out, I have other projects I can work on, but all my villagers in there, that's my supplies for bricks and that sort of thing. So I do have ways to replenish. Now, that is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put that over here. And let's see. I think it's one more here. And I will archway these eventually to fill this back in. We're just sort of filling in the blocks here. Now I do need that one gap on either side of the rails. Because the trains aren't just even with the rails, they do overhang it a little bit. Oh, hey, look at that. I actually guessed it correctly. Oh, depth perception. It's a wonderful thing. All right, let's pop on in here. There we go. Alrighty, so we are just going to continue along here. This should go up pretty quickly as far as the main building itself is concerned. A lot of this is going to be me bouncing back and forth to get in the sort of detail pieces and set up some of those workstations. I will set up a couple of anvils because you would be sitting there pounding out metal and making it into the different shapes. I would put some blast furnaces in there decoratively, where you could forge down metal to be able to cast your own pieces. I might try to make some sort of a casting setup. And I would probably bring in some sand for that. That's how they cast a lot of the pieces here at this stage. Would have all just been done with sand casting. Which, if you don't know how that works, essentially what you will do, a lot of times they'll use wood or some other sort of filler material like that, that you can shape and make it into the shape that you want for the part that you're going. Like one of the big ones was cast steel wheels. So your wheel for the engine, you would get yourself a bunch of wood and shape it into what you want the wheel to actually look like. You get that set up, created out of wood, and then they would go through, make a container filled with casting sand, which is just sand that you can pack down really nice and tight. They'll pack it in tight around that casting material, whatever it is that you were making out of. In the case with the wheel, you do it with the wood. Cast that around, and then once you've got that done, you pack sand in around it, and the sand actually becomes your mold. So you do that for half of it. You would go ahead, pour your metal in to you take the wood out and then pour the metal into the void that's created with that casting material, and then you just do the same thing on the other side. You split it in half and just set it up from there. And then obviously once you have the casting split, you could go ahead and put the other pieces on top to kind of weld them together. But yeah, they actually do have videos on YouTube. I've been watching those quite a bit. Like I said, just really getting into, not only for my side job, but getting into the base and actually looking into the history for how these things have been built. I just find that stuff fascinating, just how things are made. Even outside of Minecraft, I'm a bit of a crafter of things myself. I do woodworking at home. I've done just all different kinds of projects to make stuff. So I, for one, find that fascinating, just to be able to, how people actually, what their process is to put stuff together. Alrighty, so we are just going to keep whipping through here. Yeah, this is going up really, really quick. We are going to need to figure out windows. I will need to put some chimneys up, because I'm figuring those would kind of go in there, and then the chimneys would go up sort of in the corner voids around the rails. So I'll be putting in a bunch of blast furnaces and that sort of thing in there to decorate with. Oh, we got a brick block down there. We'll go ahead and pick that up. There was one over there that I misplaced. I am not a waster of blocks. I have a real hard time letting things just despawn and not worrying about it. I am not a waster of materials. I like to conserve things as much as possible. Even all the dirt and grass around here. I got stuck in the rails. I preserve all that as much as possible. I just don't waste things. Because as soon as you see, like you watch all the hermit videos and that sort of thing, you'll see them go through. They mine out a huge area and they just let the blocks despawn. You see that with Mumbo especially. He'll go out and mine out a huge thing, and then he needs stone or cobblestone. Just pick up your blocks. Pick up the stuff that you dropped, and you'll never need to make a generator for it. I just figured I see it as multi-purposed. I'm clearing these blocks that I don't need, where I don't need them, but then I'm going to replace them where I do need them later. All right, let's just pop up here. I'm going to go ahead and get these in place. Alrighty. Yeah, see, exactly. I can't waste materials like that. It's just like... And then it's inevitably, like 6 episodes later, they've gone through, they do this huge mining session, they had all these blocks laid around, and then 6 episodes later, they need a bunch of stone or cobblestone. It's like, just pick up what you dropped. Kind of makes you feel like a parent, pick up your toys when you're done with them. Alright, I am glad I gathered all the material. That would have been a really boring stream if I was just bouncing back and forth with villagers. Yeah, I know I don't have the, coming off FCD stream, I don't have all the same music stuff and that sort of thing set up on here. I may get into that eventually, I just haven't spent that much time setting up my channel. I'm not doing this professionally, that sort of thing. I just do stuff for fun when I have time. So, I haven't streamed for a while here. I've been really focused on, again, with my game line. We actually have a Kickstarter going on right now for the next set of books. So I've been really focused on getting that set up. So yeah, by the way, just while I have people here, vile but necessary huckstering, if you're interested, 1879 companion Game Masters and Players Companions, the Kickstarter is out. If you are interested at all in role-playing games, or if you know somebody that is, give them a shout-out, so you'll send it over. The campaign's been really successful so far. We still got like 3 weeks left to go. We reached our primary funding goal within 8 hours, so that was phenomenal. We just recently hit the first stretch goal, which opened up a new set of medals. That's one of the ones whenever we do the Kickstarter campaigns, we will do medals for it. I was stoked to have that. That's one that just a lot of the people that I've met with at conventions and that sort of thing, that they've really been missing getting their next set of medals. So I'm really glad we've got those. Our next stretch goal, we're doing a full-color poster of one of the chapter openings. That's our art director, Don. He's fantastic. I love so much of his work. But yeah, he did a full poster. I love the poster that we've got. You can see one of the Royal Guards, the old style British Guards with the fuzzy hats and that sort of thing, where they stand at attention. He's standing at attention outside of a guard post, and he's being sort of poked at by a dragon. And yes, there are dragons in this game. That's one of the ones that get added into the book. And you can just see the look of utter terror on his face as the dragon's poking at him. So it's just... I love the artwork for this. I mean, the game in general, I love how we've added this sort of visual style. And we're sort of blending things together. You see a lot of the older style set up with the books. I mean, the spine and that sort of thing. It looks like an old style leather volume. Something that wouldn't be out of place within the time frame to have sitting on a shelf. But then we're also bringing in a lot more of the modern gaming art for that sort of thing, for the covers and that sort of thing. But a lot of the items in the books themselves, we will use, because of the time frame we're dealing with, we actually have access to... the stuff has been old enough that we can actually use it without having to worry about copyrights. So wherever we can, we'll throw in actual... advertisements and that sort of thing from the time period. It'd use that sort of art. So it's really fun to go through and look through some of those things. And even just some of the side projects that I've done. I did... I do a weekly blog post about the game line, and one of the ones that I had done a little while ago, it's relating to... There's a new chapter that I added in with the companions and stuff that's not been seen in the game series, for any of the games that we've set up before. And I was going through and just grabbing some of the old ad files for advertisements from the time period. So that was a lot of fun, going through and setting that up. But anyway, okay, we are coming right along. I will probably do another row above where the doorways go. And the reason those doors have to be that tall is just to make sure there's plenty of height for the engines. The doorways are going to be arched, so they're not going to stay square like that. I will part an archway in there, but dealing with Minecraft blocks, you really need to give it some extra height. But I mean, when you're dealing with full-size engines, they can get pretty beefy. as far as the height is concerned. If you actually go back and look at the scale of an engine, they are massive, massive pieces of equipment. I mean, even the smaller ones, even just a smaller tank engine that would just go around and do the shunting in the yard. Shunting, again, if you're not familiar with the terminology, shunting, by the way, is just where you're moving your cars or your coaches back and forth, getting them ready for an actual train that's going to be departing the station, or breaking down a train so that they pulled in the coaches, and now we got to move them into the yard, so they're just stored and waiting for the next one that's going to be taking them out. And so you would just use the little tank engines. They can shunt back and forth. The reason they would use those quite a bit is they have very good visibility both forwards and backwards, so you don't have to worry about turning around. With the tender engine, the tender is the piece on the back that holds the coal and actually does hold water. A lot of people don't realize, but that is where the primary water storage is set for the engine. The big round section on the front, that's just the boiler. That's just there where the firebox inside will heat up the water to build the steam pressure. Your actual water storage is in the tender in the back, and they will. The tender engines have a problem because of the tender. They can't really go backwards quite as easily. It can be dangerous for them. Just number one, with the tenders themselves, they aren't really designed to be going backwards. They're really not at high speeds, at least. They are designed to be pulled along in behind the engine. But then the other portion is the visibility. You can't really see your train as well when you have this massive tender behind you that you can sort of poke your head around to look at. Whereas with the tank engine, the tanks will usually be either like saddle tanks or side tanks. Again, alluding back to Thomas, just because that's one of the most visible ones. Thomas had side tanks. The big square sections on either side of the boiler, that was where his water tanks were stored. So you would do that. The disadvantage with a tank engine is they don't have as much of a capacity because you just have those smaller water tanks and you have a little coal bunker for fuel. You really don't have that full capacity to be able to take a long trip. You can handle going off a little branch line, but you're going to need to fuel up a lot sooner. Whereas the tender engines, they can do the long journeys well in between stations and don't have to worry about fueling up as much. So you'd use them for the very big express engines where you can't sit and wait around for refueling to occur. Let me go grab that one block that fell over here. There we go. See, I am not a waster. Waste not, want not. Here we go. All right. Pull this up here, and yeah, this should be the top level once I finish going around here. I may knock some of the outer sections down. I'm not sure yet how I want to do that, because I do want to set up like a gable crane. That is one thing that would have been present inside of the repair stations. They would use the gable crane to be able to lift things up. That's actually how they would build an engine. You don't build the engine from the ground up. You don't start with the wheels and then build the engine on top of it. No, they would build the steam boiler and set that up separately, and then they would build the undercarriage, the bogie, and everything with that for your suspension. Build that on the rails, and then they would lift the big boiler and everything down on top of it. All right, and then you do a lot of the same thing for the rolling stock too. You would just bring that in. You build the suspension up on the rails, and then you lift the actual carriage and that sort of thing down on top of it. Okay. Yeah, I am not sure how I want to set that up. I am probably going to use some stone bricks for the gable bars on my crane. How do I want to do that? Because I do want it to be able to come across. think that'll be it. I think I'll set it up so that this section can go across the middle. Everybody come flying around. Yeah, probably not quite as entertaining for everybody else on the server as FCD was, just because I had prepped for this. So yeah, I'm not needing all the different supplies for things. I've got all that here. I might eventually need some more glass, but I've got quite a bit in there. So, and I'm probably not going to do a huge amount of windows on this, so I don't think I will. I think I should be pretty much all set. And I have... I didn't bring the stone out with me. I have tons of it over in the in my storage, just from everything that I've been digging out here. You can see the massive area that I have just continued to flatten. Oh, man. And I mean, and you can tell even with this section, which I don't know that section if I'm going to keep it or not. I'm thinking at this point I might go ahead and knock it down. There's the hill over there, which I'm integrating. There is a defensive wall around the fort, and I'm building that up. I'm going to build out the bank a little bit on the water to carry it over, and then bring that defensive wall around. I was originally thinking I could put it up on top of the hill, but I think it might make more sense to go ahead and knock that down. Not necessarily all the way flat, but that's quite a bit of difference there. And it might make more sense to go ahead and bring it down so it's just a couple of blocks layer. And I've just been using cobblestone to sort of make up the base layer for the defensive wall, and then just using stone bricks. I'm going to go back and detail that more. There would have been probably more iron present and that sort of thing, so I will make some iron blocks. They've all gone into this production, which is insane. Last I figured, when I had, before I'd finished this, I was at around 5,000 anvils, and that was, what, almost 120,000 ingots of iron. It's ridiculous how much iron I'm using for this base, and I'm still going to need more. I mean, it's a Victorian industrial base. Yes, there's going to be a bunch of that. Yeah, iron bars maybe. The thing is, they would actually have actual windows. They wouldn't have done just all iron bars inside. I may do some iron bars over top of it for sort of a security thing. I'm not sure if that's strictly necessary, because this is technically in the middle of a military base. There's going to be protection all around this thing. So yeah, security would not be a huge concern for the particular repair. If it was just somewhere out in the middle, yeah, they definitely would have had extra security on there, keep from sabotage and that sort of thing. I'm not sure if that's necessary at this point. I might play with it just for the aesthetics. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm not going to commit into that one just yet. So let's do a quick walk around here. Yeah, we'll definitely want a chimney, maybe two on this back end here. And as I said, I had figured to have this within the voids. I would put some of those there. Might do something. I don't know if I want a chimney on this side. Maybe have that sort of as an open work area. Bringing in some parts and that sort of thing. Ooh, I could maybe throw a door in there. That is a thought. Well, I don't know if that makes sense though, because we've got the rail there. I suppose I could build it up because I haven't built this area yet. I'm going to be putting the sheds and turntables and that sort of thing over there. As of right now, I don't have any turntables built on here. Which you didn't always have to have a turntable to be able to turn in either an engine or rolling stock around. What you can do, you could do either the spurs, which would do sort of a 3-point turn. Let me fly up so you can kind of see. There we go. So you could do one of those sort of deals, just like a 3-point turn with a car to be able to turn around. But I also have this set up where it is a loop. So you could go in here and then make a full loop to be able to turn around. So you don't necessarily have to stop in order to turn something around. You could just continue rolling. That was the major advantage with doing those big loops. The disadvantage was how much space it takes up. But I built up a yard, so it makes sense to have that on a running loop to be able to turn those around. But I will include a turntable just for those instances where you would need to just turn an engine around and you didn't have time for them to go run the loop. Or it may just be busy. They would be going through setting up supplies, that sort of thing. All of the spur lines that come in here inside of the yard, this is all where trains would either be assembled, where they would bring in the cars to get them ready for departure and then pull them out, or they would bring them in and unload for things. And then I'm going to set up a bunch of like warehouses and factories. Like this one right here, I've stuck my bamboo farm in. I'm going to put probably a couple of empty buildings. I'm figuring just Minecraft-wise, I will throw some farms in there to sort of fill that in. But realistically, those would mostly be warehouses and a couple of production facilities and that sort of thing. But just where you're loading and unloading goods from. In the middle of this big one here, this is where my super smelter is going to go. And I figured that made sense to have that sort of right next to here. You'd have sort of your foundry sort of thing. And then I have one little spur line that comes off. And it would go there, and that's where everything would be downloading. Oh, yeah, now if you're hearing the clicks, yes, that is my keyboard. I actually do a manual click keyboard. I like the old school clack. So apologies if you're hearing that on the microphone. I like having that tactile feedback. I don't like the soundless ones. And I don't know why, but I like the sensation of clicking, and I know my button has clicked. So you're getting that. All right. So yeah, let's grab. All right, I need to get some furnaces in here and start laying out what this would look like as far as a work area is concerned. So jumping in the caboose here, this is where I've been sticking my iron. You know what, let's go ahead and grab those handful of anvils there, because we'll probably need those as well. We're going to need some stone and some cobble. We're going to need some of these guys. Let's go. I can make half a stack with that. Let's do those and throw that down. Half a stack of those. And yeah, we'll hang on to the iron, and then let's just fill in some stone here. I probably should have dumped off the brick, but we can make trips back and forth. That's not a big deal. Alrighty. Yeah, I know you guys set up your viewing area on the hill, but you're probably not going to be able to see too much on the inside since I got the walls built up there. Let's go ahead and toss the brick in for now. Okay. I suppose for now you could all just sort of, just jump up on the roof. There you go. Alright, so for the most part, I want this area to remain open. This would make sense where you would bring in either carriage or working on an engine, and then depending on the size. But this back corner here we can use. So let's build up a couple of furnaces there. And I'm just going to pop a hole here so I know where they are. And that way when I go to make the chimneys, I know where to put it. So let's do one there. Let's do one here. We can put a little workbench or something back in there. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to need some anvils here. This is actually very similar to the setup I did with my sand crawler back in the base last season. I set that up very much to be sort of a sort of a foundry. I mean, the Jawas were focused on tearing apart droids and that sort of thing. Ooh, I got some bricks I dropped here. Let's grab them. Okay. Let's see, I will do something there. You know what? I suppose I can put a small door in here just for an alternate access. That would obviously people wouldn't be walking in through the big engine doors all the time. So I can just do that. Let's keep this walkway open then. But we do want to... Let's do this. So we've got this, and we'll use these for some sort of tables here. Oh boy, somebody died. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to help grab his stuff. I'm not stopping to grab it for him. If I was the only one around, then I would, but there's other people here. They can grab his stuff for him. Alrighty, so let's just throw like that. I have a good one because people can fall off of it and die. I mean, I guess. Okay, let's see. Let's throw... I might throw a couple of these in and then make some doors. And that would sort of look like lockers, is my thinking there. Unfortunately, I don't really have something like a composter that I could turn sideways. So you would have that sort of a hole set there. I mean, I could do stuff with armor stands, but that would be quite a bit of work. I'm not sure that I'm going to mess with that. Oh, geez, somebody's dropping off stuff. Oh, we got a map. What do we got? Oh, we got the big map coming up here. I do have some map. I'm going to leave that there so I don't lose it. But I do have some maps on the inside there. I suppose I can show those here in a minute. Oh, I probably should have thought of this. I can get on top and do it. I have to be on this direction to set it up. That's normally the design I will use for a fridge, but I think it works okay for a locker. I think we can get away with that. Is this too close? Yeah, I think one. Let's knock one back. We'll do that, and then I'm going to throw another couple over here in this corner. And then we'll do like a D and like a D. Good enough. Oh, and then let's grab like this. I'm going to move that anvil back. Put you like here. Yeah, that puts them more in a square. That's fine. Alrighty, so we'll do that. I need to figure out something for some sort of stand here when they would be bringing an engine in. You know what, real quick, let's work on the crane. I'm going to get that going here. I'm going to just dump these in here for the moment. Oh, you know what? I got stone. I can just use these for the moment. Let's go here and here. This isn't exactly iron, but it'll work. Yeah, because if I do, just to make sure, if I did do an iron trapdoor, I would have to power it in order to go upright, wouldn't I? Place that down. Yeah, that's down flat. I was thinking if I did two of them on either side, I could maybe do something like that, but I would have to power them all the way, and that's not going to be viable for what I'm thinking here. So yeah, we will work with these. Let's get up to the roof, and we want to go down a bit here. I think maybe... that doesn't work. I have scaffolding. We'll use that. Let's come off of the wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should do. We'll do one of these. Like that, I think, should be good. Oh, it's going to stack up. Are you actually landing? Yes, you are. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Come on. There you go. Okay, so we're going 1, 2, 3, I think that's actually perfect if we go like that. And if I go... There we are. Now I can go on top of it. And we will run this straight across. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I actually did build one of these sort of cranes and exactly within the Sandcrawler last season. So I do have an idea for the design that I want to use with this. We're going to run this as the rail going across, and then I will have a set of... The crane itself will have some ability to go back and forth, up and down. But I will use grindstones, if I can think of the word. Those will go on top, and that will sort of make up the wheels that run along the top of this thing. There we go. Okay, so we got this one. I'm relying on other people to sleep right now to keep the angry flaps away. Let's go down here. Did I not? Those things are glitchy. They're weird. You're weird, scaffolding. I don't think those are actually there. I think those are ghost blocks. Yeah, they are, because I had 48. Oop, spider. Let's get rid of him. If I can deal with the lag fireballs. There we go. There we are. Alrighty, we got him out of there. Now let's go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that way we're on the same page. And if I was thinking, I would have counted the height on here, but we'll deal. I was actually not too far off. It should be this level, if I did that correctly. I think I did. There we go. Good enough. All right. Yes. No, the angry flip-flops. Yes, I did give that quote on stream with Scarworld. Said, I think I stopped him dead at that point. Oh, yep, and we get all the creepy sounds as people are killing the wither. Oh, boy. Oh, that's why people were saying RIP is because Scar's going live. Okay, well, I understand if people are going to watch Scar. Although I don't think I've lost anybody. It looks like we've still got... I'm sitting at 34, so... We're still hanging in there. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to stream today. I thought we picked this one so it was a day where he wasn't streaming. We had the Hermitcraft stream last weekend. Alright, so... That will handle our back and forth. I don't have to have the crane where it would go all the way to the front, but I do need to have some ability to go in between. Or would I want this as a wider setup? I might actually. That is a thought. If I bring it over on this one, then I have a little more space. And then it can go between. Yeah, no, I think I can do that. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do this one here. And then I'll take that line down. So that's this one. Keep it there so I can go up. Yeah, we'll just listen to everybody going at the same time. Just have then you can stream on multiple devices. You could have one stream up on your phone. You could have one on your computer. If you have a laptop, put one on there. Tablets, whatever. We'll just we'll multi-stream. We're multi-track drifting. Oh man. If I wasn't streaming myself, I would probably have ScarStream pulled up on my site as well, in addition to all the other stream day stuff going on here. Okay, let's do that. I think we're doing good there. Then I gotta get this one off. I am gonna temporarily take those down. And then I can just pop this one off. And then we will run the crane between the... That is not the one I wanted to mine. Okay. Alright, we're going to pop up. I'm going to try and do this the lazy way. And hopefully I can land on this thing. Hey, look at that. Professional Minecrafter there. I can land on a stone wall. Or stone brick wall, I suppose. Alrighty. Pop this down. And we can fall down. There we go. Perfect. Alright, next I need to make some... grindstones. Why can I not keep that word in my head today? It just doesn't want to stay in there. I'm going to have to come up with another term for them. I can remember flap-flaps, I can't remember phantoms. I'm going to have to come up with another word for those things just so I can keep track of what it is. I'm going to throw a couple of chests in there too. I don't know that I'm going to leave them there. Yeah, I don't have any more stone. We'll go grab that. I don't know that I'm going to leave them in there for what the actual work looks like, but I'll put them in there temporarily while I'm going through and making stuff. Okay, let's grab... I think like that's fine. Do I have sticks already prepared? I don't think so. Nope, no sticks. Okay, that's fine. We will go... Oh, wait, I need wood, don't I? That I do have in here, so let's grab a stack of oak. I'm actually using very little oak in most of the builds. It's mostly spruce and dark oak, which I suppose makes sense with the whole Victorian thing. Those woods were... The darker woods were used a lot more. Alright, we'll go 2 stacks there. Alright, I gotta make those as slabs for grindstones, don't I? And I have stone cutter here. And now I can... Do I have to make those as wood there? That's what I gotta do. Okay. I know how to make things. Okay. Stack of these should be good enough for now. Where do we want to put the main body for the crane? Let's put it right over the work area. We could have a piece that they're working on here. What do I want to use for the body of this thing that it's attached to? That is a very good question. I know what I want. I want andesite for that, and we will do smooth andesite stairs. And that way I can sort of slab it over. Andesite I have. Walk right past it. There. Let's just split this up. And we'll do smooth andesite stair, or polished, whatever the term is. Let me go ahead and refill rockets while I'm here. I may use andesite walls for the cross section of the crane just to differentiate it a little bit. Alright, we need to swing in here. Missed it. Yeah, I'm gonna die if I do that one. I cannot land! See, as soon as I said that I was gonna do it, that it fails. Alright, here we go. Am I the only one seeing that? I don't know what's happening there. I'm just not going to question it. Okay, so we want like this. Yeah, I think that's the right spot, but I'm going to want that going upside down. And of course, that's fine. We'll do that. And then I will want to do some slabbage going across. I don't think half slabs up above will affect the walls. Oh, and the grindstone's not affecting it. When it did it before, it actually made that pop out, which I just kind of dealt with. Huh, if it doesn't, that's cool. Apparently I did drop a couple of those. Let's go over and grab here. Alright, let's see if I can do this now. There we go, now a nice straight shot. Okay. Bada boom. And then we're gonna go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. Let's go one more so that I can put this down and then take that out. Oh, wait. No, I want to make this an odd one so I have a single block center, don't I? Let's go back one. And then we will put that there. I think that works. Okay, and then we can go like a D. We'll see how this looks from the bottom. Put that there. Do this one. And this one. It wasn't many, it was a couple. And I did make it finally. Alright. That last one I made first time, so we're good there. Okay, we got that. Wow, we're an hour in here already. Time is just flying by. But I think we're at a good pace here so far. I didn't figure I would finish this entirely. A lot of this is going to come down to decorating and a lot of detail work. That's definitely going to take more time than what I have just for the stream. Partially because I need to figure out what the heck I'm doing. I don't even know entirely. Let's see. I think that looks okay so far here. I'll run another set of rails on the just on the inside of that ledge. Ooh, do I want to leave that ledge though? Because that gives me... That would give me spawnable spaces. No, I am going to run it on those rails. That's fine. And then we will have a section that hangs down. We can use the chains for that. We should have enough here. You just need a block to stand on. And you're not going to let me pick you up, are you? Hey, there it goes. See, I know what I'm doing some of the time. You hear me sitting, talking, go on about history and all that sort of stuff, but I really am a derp too. I don't even know what I'm doing half of the time. It probably is really about 50-50 on when I actually know what I'm doing. Alrighty. Let's bring this over here. Alright, that gives me my railing. I will figure something out. I'll probably just carpet or something on top of there to give me for that. Now that I'm up here, I may want to throw another layer or two of bricks just to bring the roof up a little higher. But that's fine. I can play with that. Let's go like a D. I'm going to throw that down. We'll do that. Use the armor stand book on a horse. I mean, in what way? You can't pose the horse. I mean, you could set up an armor stand so that it's floating, that the horse can walk through it, but you can't keep the horse still. So the horse would just wander off, and then the person's no longer going to be on there. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that'll be 5. And that gives us just a little bit of leeway there. Because you wouldn't need a whole lot of back and forth for this area. You'd really just need to fine-tune it. And then we can bring... Ooh, or do I want to go underneath and then I could do a double rail? That might be the move. 2, 3... Did I leave it? Did I do that even? 2, 3, 4, 5. I was trying to leave this so I have an even crossbar here. Alright. Or an odd crossbar so I have a single block center. Like FCD said, you'll lose your mind when you're streaming. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. And then we can go across like this. But as I was saying, you don't need a huge amount of back and forth because you don't have to bring... You wouldn't have to bring the either the rolling stock or the boiler all the way down to the end there. You just need to be able to fine-tune it to get it onto the bogie. The bogie being the unpowered undercarriage underneath that the suspension and everything would sit on. Oh, I thought that was a zombie for some reason. I was moving past and I saw the grass moving. Getting paranoid now. Alrighty. So let's go. How are you getting the horses up there? I am going to need those horses eventually. I will, because there is an actual stable. What was I going for? There. We will pop that over here. We'll do 1, 2, and then I can pop my stair in. 1, 2. Bam, and bam! And pick up the stuff there. Alright, I think that works. That looks pretty good. And then we can have the crane come down here. I'll run that on a chain. Yes, and there's my center point. So we'll run that down. And then we can have a... we'll do sort of an H configuration over here where the rolling stock would mount. That means we need some chains next. For that I need iron, and I have iron. I think I have a little more left in the box over here. Yes. Alrighty, so let's go like that. I will need some more chains eventually, but this should work for now. I am going to have to figure out a lighting solution. Fortunately, the lanterns and such on chains work really well within this whole Victorian era aesthetic. Oop, I need to get a little more height. Beautiful. You know what I could do, actually, now that I'm looking at this? Let's do this. If we go here, I need to go over just a bit. Oop, I need to go... like that. And then I can make myself a block and tackle, which would work aesthetically. But I need a little more... yeah, I need some more andesite. Let's just go grab some. I think andesite is... no! Iron's the block to use for that. And for that I need some more here. It's so nice having stuff again. When we started out again with the reset of the server, you get so used to playing in a world where you just have everything available at hand. And then you got to start building all that back up again. So it's nice that I'm finally getting to that point where I just need something. I just pop over and grab it. The grind is fun for a bit, but eventually you just want to build stuff and you just want to have it available. Alright, so we need to go... bam, like that. And then we're going to do that, and that, and that. I have the height to get away with this. Can I reach that from here? No, that's too high. But that's fine. Actually, would I want that on a single chain? I may stretch this out more and then do that as sort of an H configuration for it. We'll see how that goes. Oh, right, I gotta shift to pop that one in. Okay, scaffolding, you're getting in the way here. We need to move you. And not that direction. Oh, it's fun. Alright, we got about 45 minutes left on the stream here. That works okay, I think. Yeah, we'll just let that hang for right now. I will figure out how exactly I want to go with this. But yeah, I may end up stretching this over and have sort of an H configuration, because the stock would all be very long. So whatever you're lifting would be raised up. Yeah, that would make sense to have two, so you could adjust the heights there. We'll stretch that out. You know what? Let's go ahead and just do that. I do need more andesite for that now, though. Okay, let's go grab the andesite. And this can all be polished slabs. That's fine. Let's throw that spider eye in there just to get rid of it. Here we go. Let's see if I can make that. Okay, I was there. I was on it. I bounced. Nope, missed it. The struggle is real. Alright, I think I can do a running jump. Nope, I can't even do that. If you can't tell, I'm not exactly athletic. Alright. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So let's go over... What do we want to do with this? Like that, maybe? How would that position us? So then if we did another 2, because we're in 2 off of it. No, I want to go another 1 maybe? Yeah, that looks right. Okay, oh, I do need to make those full blocks, don't I? Can I see? Nope, I will deal with that later. Stretch that across. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me go 1. Why am I just throwing everything around today? Can't hold on to anything here. Alright, and then we're just going to go like that. I probably don't need all my tools on my hotbar. I could have more of my blocks available, but I'm just used to having them there. And I would probably struggle more changing the order than I would just moving stuff around. Alright, there's that. Okay, we can deal with that. There we go, yep. And that still gives a little bit of room for adjustment, so we should be good there. Let's go ahead and pop up in the middle here. myself a little more height. Alright, and bam, bam, bam. Good. Trying to be clever and that ain't gonna work. Okay. I need something I can shift against. Yeah, we were down 2. Need to go down like that. Can I pick up the iron? Come on. Look at that. See, and I was able to navigate that. All you doubters and naysayers. I have some idea of what I'm doing. At least know what I'm trying to do. There we go. Okay. And we were down a little lower. That's fine if they're different heights for the moment, because we'll still work on that. I may actually have them lifting something. I might go ahead and build out a boiler for something and then have them bring it, or maybe a piece of rolling stock or something like that, and have them put that into the carriage. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Lock and tackle setup, yeah, that looks viable. It's almost like I know what I'm doing here. Alrighty, what else do we want to throw in this section? I probably will do some other work areas sort of in the back here. Oh, that's right, I picked up some chests. Let's go ahead and put those up here for now. And just put some of the working materials. I've been doing this everywhere. I've just been leaving chests with the materials I need for that particular spot. And just leaving them there. You see with this pieces over here. I will eventually go back and pick them up later. But it's just been easier than flying around all over. And I'd done the Mega Base thing before. I did that with last season with the whole Star Wars base. And it just makes that so much easier, just where you're building, sitting at the building, to be able to just go and grab what you need there. Alright, so we're going to want some additional items back here. Let's go... How do my rails look here? That's fairly close, but I still have a corner I can tuck into. So let's tuck it this way so that we're not... I knew I was missing a brick there. We'll tuck it right up against this one. And then figure something out for the back side. You know what? Let's just go ahead. Even though I won't put the chimney there, we'll just do that. And... oh, I don't have anvils on me. Did I put them in here? Nope, I did not. I should probably go ahead and set up a little water area as well for a little quenching tank. Alright, so let's go like this and like this for now. Yeah, I think if I do a little quenching bath there, I can do 2 sets of stairs for that. And that would be when you brought your hot pieces out of the iron and you're looking to cool them off. You have your quenching tank to be able to dunk them in. You would either have water or oil in it, depending on how you needed it set up. For a lot of the stuff with this sort of thing, you'd want to really focus on the hardens too, so you'd probably just be using water. Alright. Stone stairs work. I will grab 2 things of water. I've got the... There used to be a bunch more little pools of stuff around here, and I've filled those in. So that's where I've just got one spot of water that I continue to grab from. But that works. That's actually one thing that's been a lot more convenient with this base, because last time I was building a desert base, so I couldn't really have water around. It didn't make sense to put it anywhere. Here we go. You go like this, like this, like this, like this. And I don't know if these are going to fill in if I do them across from each other, because they are... Oh, hey, look at that, it worked. Cool, so that works, and then that's another spot that I can fill up water from. Excellent! I should probably do some sort of a hood or something like that. That would get vented out with the chimneys. I haven't decided fully on the chimney designs yet. We'll figure those out eventually. But for right now, let's see, we're going to have a chimney there. I probably should have some windows higher up. Let's try to figure out some of those. And I'm just going to knock the holes out of the walls for the time being. Okay, how long are my walls here? So I got 48 of these things on me now. So 48 minus 3 is 45. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do like a 3 wide window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 1, 2, 3. And then that puts them even. And is that too much windows on there? No, I think that works. Especially if we're just going for 3 wide windows. And I'll just do them as a 3 by 3. That makes sense. And then let's go up like 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need 1 to get up there. How does that look? Actually, I think I might want to go taller. And then I can put this around and arch it. Maybe do some outer detailing. Let's just bring it up to there for now. How does that look on my wall? Well, hey, it's the stream day. We're all just having fun here. So, yeah, you can sit and stalk me all you want. That's not that big of a deal. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that height works better. Let's check it from the outside. How do you look out here? That's good. And yeah, flying out. Let's get out some distance here. Yeah, I like how that looks. Perfect. Okay, so we will do that. Knock out the holes here. I think that's one too high. Although that might give me an idea what it looks like arched. Yeah, actually I like that. Happy accident. There we go. Okay. Cool. And then I can throw in some granite to frame this. So if we shift, digging up, and then I stand to get the last one, that should work perfect. Yes, it does. Again, it's almost like I know what I'm doing sometimes. That is a very scary thought. Alright. Finish cutting over here. Alrighty, we will pull up here. How are we doing on time? Yep, we got about a half hour left. Cool. This is working just about perfect as far as I had kind of planned things out here. Need to put in the put the cigar in and just do the "I love it when a plan comes together" line. All right. Yeah, that looks great. And then we can do. We'll just do some granite on the outsides and do the archways. Perfect. I love it. Only thing is that does put it a little bit close to the rails. I liked for the outside having two, but it is up higher. I don't think I have to bring that down all the way. I can probably get away with that. Okay, let's throw some of these in here. Put that in this. This is the one annoying thing with glass, is that the panes are so narrow to hit right for the proper placement. There. Alrighty. Bam, bam, bam. I do really love how the walls connect with glass since they did the update. I did a lot with that over on that station house over there. I'll show that in a little bit. That one I played around with some things. I think the building's kind of ugly, but I kind of wanted it to be that way. It's intended to be the military dock, so it's not supposed to be all fancy like you would have for your normal passenger stuff. For the regular civilians, they're the people that are paying money. The military needs something that's just functional, bare bones and that sort of thing. So it's fine if it looks a bit uglier. But I actually built that with mushroom blocks, and then just had some of the granite and that sort of things to hand. But the upper section there, those are mushroom blocks. And ironically, I spent more attention on it setting up the mushroom blocks to look that way. But it did let me get that two-tone effect. What I did is I used the brown mushroom blocks. I left the spongy material on the outside, so it had that sort of ugly stucco look to it, since that's what I was really wanting. And then for the inside, I figured I can go ahead and leave the smooth mushroom block texture. See, this is where I run into that. But, uh-oh. I'll punch you. There you go. Go on, catch on fire. There you go. Once they're on fire, they leave me alone. But anyway, I figured it made sense to leave the smooth mushroom block texture it's on the inside, just so that way it would look sort of like that was painted. And I actually think, like I said, it was ugly, but that's kind of what I was going for, and I think it turned out pretty well. But yeah, this looks good, I think. I like how the windows are looking here. Let's come out and do a flyby. Oh, yeah. And that adds so much extra life to this one flat wall. It's supposed to look, like I said, it's supposed to look kind of plain and ugly. It's a bare bones structure. That's what they're doing with this. It's not intended to be something all big and fancy. Let's throw some slabs in here with this. I actually think if I go stairs on the bottom, that can sort of look like a windowsill. Well, do I want to do that or do I want to do them upside down? If I go upside down, then I just have to spawn-proof them. You know, no, I like that. I think that works. And then if I go like this, I can go up and around. Ooh, actually, I could do a slab on the bottom. And then go up. Yeah! I actually like that better, rather than doing a full block. Let's do that. I think this works. That's actually how a lot of these things end up going. I have a vague idea, and then I just kind of play with stuff. Alright, we'll throw that in. That in. And we're got about 20 minutes left on the stream here, at least for mine, before we go over to Dinky. So we will pop over there once that's ready. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead real quick. Just mute myself in the channel. So, Dinky, if you're watching, whenever you're ready to jump onto yours, feel free to jump into the channel just so we have that ready. And I'm talking about the Discord voiceover channel, so we can do the handoff. Again, no pressure. You still got plenty of time. Just whenever you're ready, I want to have that set for you. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm in Central, so for me it's 2. So I want to make sure we're good there. But yeah, no, we're set. We're set. You know what you're doing. You know what? Let's do this, actually. But then that throws off my archway there. Do I need to just make that a full square? Well, I got them from the comparison. How does this look from down here? Yeah, no, it looks better having that. Okay, so we do need to knock off those last couple. That's fine. I can deal with that. I think I still got some white stained glass. We can get this done. And then we go a boom and a boom. And just do this on the other side. That will leave the glass square on the inside unless I do extra detailing here. I don't know that that's necessary. I'm honestly fine with having it like that on the inner area. A little more utilitarian, but that works for what this is. I did do that on the station where I was doing some of the archway things there. But again, having it square on the inside I don't think is a huge problem. I still need to figure out some additional detailing on the inside of that station. So if anybody has ideas of things they want to do in there, feel free to let me know. The station would normally have a bunch of like little shops and that sort of thing set up inside it. The second floor is a big book area that I'm designating as my W.H. Smiths. If you know anything about it, again, going into the real world history, that's where a lot of they're one of the premier bookshops in bookstores in the UK, and that's where they got a lot of their start, was through the railway. Would just be selling books to travelers. So I figure it makes sense to include that in here. All right, so we'll pop like that and do this. Let's go there. I'll actually get rid of this one now. Do like that, and we can throw here and here. I will have to spawn proof that top block, but that's fine. How does this look? Yeah, that's got it. Okay, cool. Jeez, come on. I don't know if that was a lag spike or what. I keep getting that where the rocket, every once in a while I'll get a rocket that seems like it has a super boost. We'll bring that one down. Boom, boom. I may actually need more of these. Alright, and pop to this one. Take down the last two. Just sort of do the... Now that I can get into a pattern, again, it's like I know what I'm doing. Two more of these. Yeah, I'm gonna need more. Granted, I don't have enough. But I've got that in the chest, so we can do that. I think I'm gonna have to finish this one. Boom, boom. Now we can see with some more of these in here real quick. Excellent. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, where was the ones that I dropped? Or did I get them all? Yeah, it looks like I got them all. Okay. So we just need a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and make them all slabs again. Even though it's not strictly necessary, we'll just do it so that it's all consistent. Alright. Pop that in there. One more of these to do. Oop. A little bit past what I was looking for there, that's fine. I was talking about the thrown snowballs, reminded me, I saw somebody at one point had made a mod just looking at other potential little critters for Minecraft in some other blocks to do, or food sources was what they ended up doing. They ended up making one with a tomato plant. What would happen is you would have to actually tend the crops, because if the tomatoes were left on the vine too long, they'd rot. And if they rotted, then they would eventually spawn a tomato monster, and that would throw rotten tomatoes at you. It's really kind of dumb, but it was just something a little fun there. I thought that was interesting. No, I think I like it better just flat on the bottom. That's just fine. Alright, we'll take that out of the way. And yes, I will definitely need to write in the stream book here, so we will get that set. Let's do another quick fly around here. Stinky Sin should be ready right at 3, so we'll be good there. I will need to do the arches on the doors, but I don't know that I'm going to worry about that for right now. And I am going to move this. I won't leave this square and then just fill in the arch. I will actually make the granite, the polished granite, be the archway where that will build into. Again, I'm still not sure how I want to do the doors on this one. If I want to try to do... I've got it down. I will either do spruce trapdoors or I will do the warped trapdoors. My only problem with the warped trapdoors is they have the holes with them. They're not fully opaque looking. I mean, they're still transparent blocks, but at least with the spruce, it looks like it's a solid one. So I'm not 100% sure on that. Feel free to shoot me a message. Let me know what you think. That's kind of where I'm debating at between those two. I think at this point I'm kind of leaning towards the spruce, but throwing that little bit of color in there may not be a bad thing. I'm also, as far as the roof material is concerned, I'm thinking either doing something with the stone brick or going with black stone bricks. I like how the black stone bricks look as roofing. Let me, since I'm just kind of biding some time here, let me dump some stuff off, and we will go look at some of the other things I've done there just for comparison. You know what? No, let's not do it here because I don't have too many roofs put up. Let me go hop over to my starter base, and then that puts us in a good position to go swing by the shopping district where we can do the handoff here. So at my starter house, and we'll pop on down. And you can see that was my starter iron farm. That was one of those modules that I now have 5 of, the big one. But you can see where I used the blackstone bricks for my roofing blocks. I really like how that looks. It looks like a slate brick tile. So I really enjoy how that looks. I did the same thing on there. My other one that I would use would be stone bricks. That just looks like sort of a lighter tone. So that's kind of where I'm debating as far as the roof on that station house is concerned. My main reason for switching between them would be to have just a different color for the roof on there, so that way when you're looking at it from a map, you can differentiate the buildings a little bit easier. I mean, if everything on the map, it's all just going to be whatever the roof color is, that just dictates what it looks like. So that's kind of where my line of thinking is. I'm kind of leaning towards doing, because the next building that's going to be closest to that is going to be the super smelter. I'm kind of thinking for that one I might do a flat roof and then do it out of the smooth stone. So that's where I'm kind of leaning. So I'm thinking I might do the blackstone. And in this one I just did blackstone itself. It gives it a little bit of a different texture, but I definitely like the blackstone bricks as far as a roofing tile is concerned. I think that looks best there. So that's kind of where I'm bouncing back and forth between it. But yeah, while I'm here, let me go pop into the actual iron farm here. You can see on the inside what it looks like. You saw the other one that was done with the 5 modules, and this one's the 4. This one I really like. I can't remember who it was I saw the design for. I've played around with the positionings for things slightly, just to mess with stuff. But this is actually 0 redstone involved in this. What you do with 116, villagers don't have to have a workstation in order to spawn golems. They only have to be able to sleep every once in a while. And then, if you're using the zombie mechanics to scare them. So what you end up doing, and let me go through B, you can see the, throw on the hitboxes, and you can see the line of sight. What ends up happening, you can see the zombie can't see into the villagers. And it's the zombie having line of sight on the villagers that actually triggers the fear response. So he can't see them. It's not getting to their head where the hitbox is, so they don't have this fear response triggered. But when they lay down to go to sleep, they pop down, and then the zombie can see them. So then they pop up in fear. So that's where it kicks off with this. Now, they will still spawn golems during the day just for their usual chatter, but they don't get the super speed boost until night kicks in, and that's where the visibility goes through. But I like that mechanic, just how that functions. Like I said, it's a 0 redstone design to be able to do that. So if you want it, we're doing an early stage iron farm, you didn't have a lot of redstone, or if you're just not really a technical player and don't know how to set that up, this is a super easy one to do. And anyone can build this thing to set this up. You just get your zombie on there, throw a name tag on him. So that he spawns, and just one of these modules will produce iron golems. It will go ahead and start spewing them out. Not particularly fast, so having the 4 set up just sort of maximizes what you can do with that one particular tunnel. And then I just have it in your regular lava killing station. Now for the ones at my base, I've spread out the spawning platforms a little bit more. Oh, yep, and there we can see. So this is still during the day, so this is just their regular channel. We'll every once in a while spawn in an iron golem, and there he goes. Like I said, with mine, I stretched out the spawning platforms a little bit more because at the bottom I made a larger space for them to go through. I don't know if that makes it faster or not. I've just been experimenting with the design, and that's what I ended up building there. Also for this one, I wanted to keep the profile as narrow as possible so that I could build this particular building up around it. For the one at my base, I don't have a problem with building the profile up a bit bigger. It wasn't that huge of a deal for me. I can go ahead and make it look like a big industrial building, because that's what I'm building all through my base. So this was more of a cosmetic choice than a functional one. As long as they have space to spawn in, you're fine. And then this is just a very simple item sorter down here. I've got the flowers will come over here, and I'm just the overflow goes into bone meal. This actually produces a ton of flowers, so you can actually get quite a bit of bone meal production out of this thing. All my bone blocks that I dumped off at FCD earlier today, that's where all that came from. It was overflow from there. And then I also have, this is my berry farm, and this is mostly what's fueling my emeralds to trade with villagers. I actually haven't been AFKing here, so what you're seeing in there is from other people having loaded in the area. And this is really close to the shopping district, so it makes sense people flying over would load this every once in a while. Not super laggy, it's just all the foxes in here. And no, it's actually keeping these awake. And Copperopus, I think I saw you in the chat there earlier, so this was yours from last season. The armor stands actually count as entities and will keep them awake, so you can just throw armor stands around. You don't have to have living mobs put in there to do that. So that was a handy tip that we found out. So if you ever go to build one of these things, just throw some armor stands in and the foxes will stay awake. You can kind of have it as like scarecrows, but I guess they're scare foxes. Just to do that. Alright, we are about 5 minutes away. Let's go ahead and swing over to the shopping district that is just north of me here. So we will swing in there. Yeah, so there we go. So you get people coming through. So you'll continue to load my iron farm a little bit. You'll probably get me like 1 or 2 golems as they pop in. I want to pop into, really quick, I just want to check out in Coscos, see how, this is my shop with Commander Cascade, so you can see all the custom heads we've set up in here. I'm just curious. Just every time I go in, it's just habit to just pop through and see how the diamond supplies are doing. There's my chest. Yep, there we go. I suppose I probably shouldn't be showing everybody where I store my diamonds, but not that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure people are all honest out here. And then you can see our arts that we've set up on here. I did put the star map one up. I mean, Commander Cascade's done just phenomenal with these. Oh, that's one I didn't show off on here was my the map clearing area, but I have shown that on my earlier streams. And that's on my YouTube channel, so if you do get to check that out, I'm just Cosback Gaming on YouTube. You can follow me there. I'm Cosback Gaming pretty much everywhere that I'm on. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and then, of course, on Twitch. So, yeah, definitely follow me if you haven't already, just to check stuff out. I try to stream and do things weekly, but I haven't been able to keep up with that just with the side job stuff. Again, necessary huckstering, thrown out I get the Kickstarter going for 1879 for my game line that I'm line developer on. So if you are interested in role-playing games at all, or just want to check out the stuff that I've been doing, because like I said, that's all built off of the game line that I'm producing. That's all there. Feel free to check that out. It's up on Kickstarter now. It's running for about a little less than 3 weeks. If you're interested in it, and if you do happen to buy it there, the books are cheaper on the Kickstarter than you will get any other time. As I apologize for but I mean, it's my side job. That's the one that I got to do to promote myself. So gotta throw those in there. Hey, there's Dinky coming in there. How you going? Let me go ahead and unmute myself from. There we go. Alrighty, how's it going, Dinky?
Her scared. Very scared.
Scarred. I mean, you're scarred for life, though.
I mean, yeah.
So there is that. So, all right. Well, we're coming in here. So I'm going to fill in the book right after my stream wraps up. I will go ahead and write that in, but I will go ahead and hand the stream torch off to you now. So you get the Queen Jelly heads. Yes, and I was the one who set those up, by the way. So anybody who gets to see those, you'll get that.
Goodness, how do I look?
Oh yes. Well, yeah. Get your F5 going.
I look beautiful.
Well, but you got to do the proper voice. It's me, I'm Jelly. Yeah. I wake everybody up because I'm hungry all the time. I do plan on making I'm going to keep that exact head just for the stream with the diamonds in the crown, but I'm thinking about making an extra one that's just like a plain gold crown and selling that. So if you're interested in a Queen Jelly head, I'm thinking about doing that one.
Yes. Sounds perfect. I like heads. Oh,
yeah. Well, I mean, that ever since we knew that we were doing the new season, I knew my next shop was going to be custom heads. Setting those, so I had so many of those with the Star Wars base last time that I just got.
You had a lot of heads.
I did,
and I murdered a lot of people.
And it was me being murdered all the time because I had because they were all just skins I applied to mine. No,
they're all going to my base.
Yeah, they're running in. They were well behaved for mine. I will say that they did not mess with me like they did FCD, but
they were Cascade and Ryan were there the other day, and they just completely just pranked me. There's cake on the floor. It's not cleaned up.
Oh yeah, anytime you're dealing with Commander Cascade, you're gonna have to deal with cakes. I'm surprised we haven't had one built on top of the shop already. I mean, honestly, and now someone's going to do it now that I've said it. So, you know how that goes. But anyway, let me get the raid going here. So if we go raid, what is your Twitch ID? Is it just?
It's Denki Streams. I believe it's the D's capitalized and the S is capitalized.
I don't know if it's case sensitive here, but I think that's got it. There we go. All right, it's running through. So raid is commencing. So thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you had a great time, and have fun with Dinky. See you guys.
Yes, it is my turn now. Very scared, very scared.